There we go. Waiting for YouTube to go live. Hello, everybody. It's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube. Be sure to check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com for everything Royal Caribbean related. RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Happy Monday, everybody. We're here to answer all of your cruise questions. Talk Royal Caribbean, of course, the most important things in the entire world. And we're going to start off with the most important question about the most important topic in the world, which is how many days until your next Royal Caribbean cruise? Type your countdown in chat. Let us count down together. I am exactly 7 days, 1 week from today. I'll be on Royal Caribbean's Utopia of the Seas. Let the slowest week of my life begin. Glad to have you all here, though. We had some amazing super chats before the broadcast began. James Bushik. James, thanks for the super chat. James wrote, thanks, Justin at MEI Travel for great service, A+. Justin is a dedicated man. I mentioned this story a couple times already. When I met Justin on Ovation of the Seas, he was enjoying a snack at Cafe 270, and then there was a lead for a new booking, and he literally dropped what he was doing to go take care of the lead. Severe Averson, thank you for the super chat. Odyssey 6, Allure 34, Quantum 77, Star 188, Radiance 196, Liberty 200, and Legend 377. What would you say are the most underrated tips out there? And the 15 Norwegian kroners equals $5. Thank you for the math on that one. Good question. The most overrated tip, I think I've shared this. The over-the-door shoe organizer, I really don't think it works nearly as well as people make it out to be, or it's not nearly as useful as people make it out to be. I've had people defend it. I just think it's overrated. I think it's an overrated tip. Underrated cruise tip still is probably the connecting cabins for families. Too many people not that it's a problem if you don't book it, but I don't think it gets enough credit for being an amazing tip. We had a couple tips from Captain Bob Dickens. Captain Bob, thank you for 8 super chats already. Back from Icon and from Utopia, I must say I had a serious problem on Icon with my air conditioning in my suite. It took him 3 days to finally get somewhat cool the room down. Otherwise, beautiful ship. And then Bob also wrote, I made a little joke on Utopia. I had a poop cruise. What? Our toilet started flushing for no apparent reason to the point where it was overflowing for about 20 minutes before they could fix. Interesting. Man, that is some serious, crazy, it's not HVAC, but whatever that category of air conditioning and toilets, plumbing, that's bizarre to say the least. But I'm glad they got it taken care of. And ended up all things being okay. But my goodness, that's crazy. Thank you, Bob, for both super chats. Chris Berge Burloff, thank you for the super chat. These are all super chats before the broadcast began, guys. 6 days until start of this season. Any chance we'll see a 7-day Western Caribbean cruise compass 4-star on RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com before embarkation? I literally post them as soon as we get them. I've not seen any yet. Unfortunately, we're at the mercy of other people who send them in there. So far, no, unfortunately. M&B McBride, thank you for the super chat before our broadcast began. We appreciate your talks. 180 days to adventure, 362 to independence, 510 to independence again, and now looking at fall 2027 Icon or Star and why. That's an easy question. The answer is both. I like them both for different reasons. Really, it's the entertainment. That's truly the biggest difference. Dining wise, minor tweaks, obviously. You've seen our video, I'm sure, where we compared both of them. I would honestly do both. I mean, it's kind of like a joke, but it is the truth. I mean, for the shows alone, Wizard of Oz and Back to the Future, I mean, that's enough reason right there to go ahead and book that. Captain Bob with another super chat. Captain Bob says, I earned 25,000 points on Icon in the casino, I assume. Now I have so many offers coming in. I need a travel partner. Who wants to go? Craig Hart would be your best friend on that one. Austin Bounce House Rentals. Hey, listen, thank you for the super chat. I don't see a message from you, but I appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Wait a minute. We might be caught up in the chat now. Yes. Thank you for all the super chats before the broadcast began. And hello to everybody in the chat. Karen Carr, thank you for the super chat. Do we have to come at our scheduled time for my time dining, or can we show up earlier and hope for the best? And can we cancel if we just want the Aquadome market? I'll start with the second part of your question. Yes, you can definitely cancel or even no-show to the main dining room if you'd rather go to Aquadome than my time. Not a problem at all. Can you show up and this? Yes, you can, but it's emphasis on this. They may say, I'm sorry, Miss Karen, no, or of course, Miss Karen, or 5 minutes. More likely, they'll give you a time frame than anything else. But certainly, there's no reason not to. In cruising in general, I often tell people the power of the ask is very, very prevalent. And Chicago GP, thank you for the super chat. Hi, someone told me that this year Royal Caribbean started a rule that you can't leave electronic charging in the room while you aren't there. Is this true? This is 100% false. This is the first I've ever heard of it. So I can tell you this is not correct. Speaking of things that are sort of not correct, Angela, has Royal Caribbean banned the ducks? No. All they've done is said you cannot hide those rubber ducks in Central Park among the plants. That's it. Hello, everybody. Glad to have you all here. A lot of people coming on into the chat. My name is Matt. I'm from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Hello, Samantha. And I wanted to welcome everybody in here as we talk for the next 55 minutes or so about Royal Caribbean cruises. So if you got a question about Royal Caribbean, type your question in chat right now. I also want to give a shout out to, well, of course, lovely Erica, but also my youngest daughter, Aubrey. She has a classmate, and they're in 5th grade. And I want to give a big shout out to Luke, who is our #1 YouTube watcher in 5th grade in the greater Central Florida area. What a guy. I mean, listen, talk about good taste already in 5th grade. Luke, good to see you, buddy. Ed Vira, been a club member for 24 months. Let's go. 20 days until the Oasis group cruise. Just wondering when the itinerary for the said group cruise will be posted. Sorry, this has already been answered. It's Becky Menken's fault. I have the whole schedule written up, and I sent it for Becky for approval, and she sent back revisions. So it's on Becky, I think. Yeah, she's on here. Nope, see, no defending her. Karen, thank you again for the super chat. Have you ever been on Silversea? It's way more upfront, but everything's included, right? I like the idea of it truly all-inclusive. Yeah, I actually did my first Silversea cruise this summer. Let me get you a link to that. We did a video here as well on YouTube, Karen, if you want to watch it, but I don't want to take away from the video right now. I'll post a link in the chat to my article about my first Silversea cruise. I loved it, but you're absolutely right. Is the cost is much higher up front, but it includes a lot. I mean, there's different fare types. Like you can really have like every single thing included, but even the basic fare includes, drinks, alcohol, a basic Wi-Fi package, even some shore excursions. So yeah, much more included with it. Also the service, you get a butler. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Todd Weichman, hello. It's good to see you, Todd. Skyfrog, checking in on board a Utopia of the Seas. Nice. I'm looking forward to getting on Utopia a week from today myself. Let's see here. Chris Stell. Thank you for the super chat, Chris. 20 days until Oasis. Looking forward to it. Let's see here. Cruising Chris, good evening. Happy Monday. Favorite way to start the week. I love that. I see my neighbor Kenny is in the chat. Don and Judy are in the chat. Felix is here. Buenos dias. Or buenos. Is it too late for Buenos Tardes? Hola, mi amigo. The Teresa McShane from MEI Travel is here. Welcome. Glad to have you guys joining us. Angela, over 100 days to Star. Are the over-the-door shoe bags and metal hooks needed for Star of the Seas? It's a newer ship with many upgrades in space. I guess it depends on how much stuff you got and how many people you're sharing a cabin with. Like if you were sharing, Angela, an inside room with 4 people and maybe there were, I hate to perpetuate stereotypes, but like if you had, a lot of girls and you have a lot of the makeup and things that would ordinarily take up space on the bathroom counter, I think there is an argument for that. But there is, in generally speaking, in newer ships, way more storage than there used to be. I will say, though, there is not as much storage on the Icon class ships as there are on the Oasis and Quantum. So I would probably say, Angela, it might actually make sense for you in that situation. Pam, 1 week till the President's Cruise. We'll see you at the Mason Jar. Heck yeah. Will you be doing a live on board? I will, yes. I haven't decided where. I forget where I do them on Oasis class ships, but yes, absolutely, 100%. Let's see here. All right, we're going to catch up here. Cowboy Valley and Timberline Junction. Thank you for being a club member for 6 months. Hi, Matt. Halloween on Harmony. Nice. You're going to be missed, by the way, Claude, on Oasis. But, yeah, that sounds like an awesome cruise. Love Harmony of the Seas. Andrew, which ship application are you looking forward to the most? Ooh, good question. I think Harmonies, because I love Harmony of the Seas. I think Ovations might be the best of the bunch, but I am looking forward to Harmonies the most, which we posted an article today about the changes coming to Harmony of the Seas. Check that out over at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. TideFan88, thank you for the super chat. What have you heard about the Bites of Nassau Food and Walking Tour, 75 Days to Utopia for the second time? I have not done this particular tour, and I've not heard many things. I mean, Nassau in general, I haven't heard a lot of those excursions. I've not heard things one way or another about it. A couple things you could do, Tides fan. One, check our message boards over at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. We have an entire section just for shore excursions. So search for that name. You might find some reviews here. But chat, help Tides fan out. If you've done this tour, we've read a review of it, let us know your experiences there in the chat. Robin Risk from MEI Travel is here. Welcome. Glad to have you joining us. Kyle back in the chat. First stream in a minute. I promise we're still friends. Natalie says hello. Allure in December. Friends don't let friends go on cruises by themselves, Kyle. So if you're true friends, I'm just saying, Teresa McChain can book you on the Oasis group cruise unless it's sold out. But anyway, we gotta catch up, my friend. Hope you and the family are doing well. Hope dad life is treating you well. And hello to Natalie. Cruising Chris M, thank you for the super chat. Happy Monday, 268 Division. Luckily, I have 4 others booked before then. 2 on Celebrity, 1 on NCL, and 1 on a line I shall not mention. Hero of the Seas, really? If you can name Icon 4, what would it be? I mean, that's a great question. What would I name the 4th Icon class? I guess it depends if you believe that the name should match other names, Icon, Star, Legend. Because if you do, I don't know, Hero is hard to beat. Like, I personally would, if it were up to me, I'd start just recycling old names. Empress of the Seas would be like top of my list, but it really doesn't match up at all with Icon and Star. Some people care about that. I don't really think it matters, but that's my own personal preference right there. And since you asked, there you go. Ryan, A Diesel Ovation, is it true there are no kids cups in the main dining room? That's a great question, actually. I mean, my kids, when they were toddlers, we would bring them there, but I'm guessing we probably brought our own toddler cups. Like, do you mean like sippy cups? Yeah, probably they don't have those. I don't know that for a fact, though. I've never actually asked, because I would advocate to any parent bringing their toddlers on a Royal Caribbean cruise to bring your own sippy cup. I mean, your kids are used to it. They're familiar. When it comes to cruising with kids at a young age, familiarity is a very important thing. Even Alexa, who's like 14, needs to have the same blankie every night. Like, you need to make sure you have that level of familiarity, and that applies to your whatever you call it, pacifiers and sippy cups, blankies. I feel like there's probably some. So it's a good question, but you can certainly bring your own cup. They'll have no problem. Like, you just hey, can we get like milk, and then you just transfer it over. No problem at all. Big guy, thank you for the very kind words right there. Wisconsin Jason, thank you for being a club member for 13 months. I was on Rhapsody to see that of Puerto Rico a few weeks ago and seeing the guy who decided to jump off the ship to avoid his casino bill the last day of the cruise. Entertaining, to say the least. That is just I can't believe it happened, but yet I kind of can believe it, but it's still crazy news, right? I mean, I'm glad the guy didn't die. Glad they caught him, but man, what a crazy situation right there. Matthew Gatlin, any thoughts on the Royal Beach Club may open earlier than December 27th? I have not heard anything yet. I'm hoping maybe Matthew, when I go on the President's Cruise next week, we'll get a better idea. Truthfully, I think Royal Caribbean, if they were here, Michael Bailey was sitting right here, we pumped him full of truth serum, he would probably say, listen, if it's ready earlier, sure, we might do some soft openings, but it's too early to know the answer to that one. So, yeah. Jeff Burns, you are banned from the chat. So, Tony, can you please see Jeff Burns out of the chat? Slew Dog, what's up, man? November, going to Cocoa Beach Club for the first time. Is there our scheduled lunch? Is there any other food snacks there to eat while we're there? Yes. There is, when you walk in on the left, there's a coffee cart. They have coffee and they have pastries there. You can go there to get something to eat as well. Bailey Robbins from MEI Travel is here. Hello, Bailey. It is good to see you. Jay Ost, we got some super chats coming in. Thank you, Jay. Thank you for the super chat. 55 days Indy with Ref Pack. Oh, refreshing package. Do we still get free milkshakes at Johnny Rockets? Yes. Red Mixed Answers online. Yes. The reason why you see mixed answers is sometimes crew members say, okay, free milkshakes, you're good. Sometimes they say free milkshakes, but you need to pay for the admission, the cover charge. But generally, Jay, I've seen it be the former, just like, yeah, milkshakes are included. So, Tony Crawford, thanks for being a club member for 13 months. Appreciate you. Hello, Matt from Sacramento. 90 days until Star. I've got the one to add to your Royal Caribbean New Year's wish. Add the days to go countdown on the Royal Caribbean app, even better than the official home screen widget. I don't know if you know this, Tony. I literally wrote an article about features that I wanted in the Royal Caribbean app, and that was one of them. I specifically called those out. That seems to me to be the easiest, simplest feature to add that has got to have been requested a bazillion times. I really don't know why they don't do it. Probably because it generates zero revenue. I would argue having the widget and the countdown there would get people to check their app more often, which would then lead to more revenue. But hey, I'm not a UX or UI guy, so I don't know. Gary Gorin, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you, buddy. 18 days till we book our first back-to-back on Wonder. Any tips? Book the same cabin. Definitely. I mean, if at all possible, even if it means not going up to a nicer room like a suite or something, book the same cabin for both legs. It makes a world of difference. Do you tip staff after each leg or at the end? Or you're saying the same room? Cool. I would tip them at the end. When I do a back-to-back, I did this on Star of the Seas when I was in the same cabin for 2 legs on the first 2 showcase sailings. Remember those? Oh, that was nice a month ago. On those, I tip my stateroom attendant at the end of the cruise, at the end of the second sailing. I don't do it between the legs. It seems so. The only reason I would tip in between the legs would be, that sounds like an inappropriate comment. The only reason I would tip between sailings on a back-to-back sailing would be if I was changing rooms and or changing stateroom attendants. So if that doesn't happen, you're good. Let's see here. Next question. Ooh, we got a question. This is an interesting one here from Courtney Holt. Why is Royal Caribbean still selling itineraries Labadee on them? Because they intend to go there. I mean, if the situation is not safe to not go there, then they won't go there. But they still go there. It's the same. Go with me on this one as a metaphor. It's similar to the idea that Royal Caribbean sells cruises in the Caribbean during hurricane season, knowing fully well the hurricane could form and prevent them from being able to go on a particular sailing, right? You might argue there is a different nuance there, but the bottom line is they intend to go there. And until it's clear they can't, they'll offer it. And I feel like that makes sense anyway, but hope that makes sense to you. David Brosser, thank you for the super chat. Ahoy, 88 days alert. Can't wait for the mason jar. Peanut butter and jelly old fashioned. Dude, I cannot wait for that next week. I'm so excited. 2 choices. Icon twice a year, 1 week each, or Grandeur unlimited sailings. Boy, I would probably pick Icon twice a year, 1 week. I mean, I don't have a problem with Grandeur. I don't know that I want to go on any ship quite that many times, truthfully. I just think that I like to space out my cruises and I like to space out my ships. I don't want to do the same ship over and over. Sometimes I end up doing one ship many times because it's convenient or it's cheaper or both. But I'll be honest with you, I would pick Icon twice a year instead and keep the novelty. The last thing I want to do is make anything feel tired or whatnot. It's Buenas noches? Wait, isn't that good? Wait, what is good morning then? I don't know. I don't know Spanish. Yo no habla español. Ron Ladowski with the super chat. As I promised last week, 1 Buffalo Bills win equals 1 Royal Caribbean Blog super chat. Go Bills. See you, Matt, and the gang in 20 days. Awesome. Yeah. And you guys did play the Jets. Okay. I'm pretty sure that, that's not saying a whole lot, but hey, it's a win. It counts. That's true. But hey, there you go. Go Bills. Love that. Totally. And Ron, ignore my comment about the Bills coming up, I think, in tomorrow's video. Hello. You want to come say hi? Luke, you got a friend.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay, goodbye. You didn't even say hi to Luke.
Hi. Okay, bye.
Hi, who?
I called him like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, but you could have said hi to Kenny. You didn't say hi to Luke.
Hi, Luke. Hi, Kenny.
Wow. Kenny getting a shout out there. All right. Let's see here. Cena Vision 3D. First time on Wonder next week. Is the Mason jar better for brunch or dinner? I don't. Chat. What do you guys think? I lean towards dinner, but maybe because there's there's an entertainment at brunch too. I don't know. I like brunch. I like brunch on principle, but I think I like dinner. The dinner selection's better. Matthew Bradford, thank you for the super chat. Any star class trips coming up? No. Wait, no, that's a lie. I think I have like one or two left. The prices have gone insane they were insane before, but I used to find deals here and there, and I feel like those are gone. Oh, that is a lie, Matthew. I do have one brace yourself. New Year's Eve 2026 into 2027. And I think I maybe have one more, but that's about it. I think my star class days are behind me at this point. And Whipple, it's good to see you. Thank you for the super chat. 34 days till Harmony. Are you doing the club member Q&A after this? No, we do it once a month. And you guys will get plenty of notice. I will mention it a bazillion times. But the one we did last week was the member live for September. So we'll do one in October as well. Amanda Hackett, thank you for the super chat. 26 days till Icon. Where is the best place to get a good bourbon on Icon? Ooh. Let me think. The Jazz Club, I think they have a decent selection. There's a couple of bars that have like better than average selections of bourbon. They don't have like a mason jar, so you don't get quite that level. But 1400 bar, the Ryan Bean, I think, does as well. Those would be two I would check out. Yeah. I like this question here. Why can't I smoke weed on a cruise? I don't drink. Well, Alexa, the reason is because it's not just Royal Caribbean being like, lame or whatever. When the issue is your cruise ship is visiting other countries, the Bahamas or Mexico. Anyway, the local laws there are different than the U.S. And when your cruise ship visits those places, you're subject to those laws. In addition, the ship, which is flagged in a foreign country, has laws there as well. For all those reasons, that's why it's against the rules. So, yeah, it's not so much about the law where your ship begins, the cruise, or the law where you live. It's about the laws in the places you're visiting. And I mean, they do send Bermuda is notorious for this. They will send cops on board the ship if they think there's drugs on board, and people get arrested. So, yeah. Has Matt dissed the key yet? Michelle, did I not mention this? I have the key book next week on Utopia of the Seas. I will be doing my annual review, and I promise you, Michelle, I'm going into it with an open mind. I am not going into it with preconceived notions as much as I possibly can. But yeah. Let me get a drink of water here. Hey, Tom. Have done Bahamas twice. I'm looking for new Caribbean destinations. Where would be the best U.S. destinations to see non-Bahamas itineraries? California. It's physically impossible. Go out of California and go down the Mexican Riviera. Galveston is another one as well. We have some more super chats here. We got so many comments here. Captain Bob, thank you for the super chat. Made diamond last week also. Congratulations, Captain Bob. That is awesome. Smiley Clothing, what to do on Harmony, my first Oasis class ship. See the shows on board. I love what's it called? I love it so much I forgot the name. Columbus the Musical. It's an original show. It's really, really good, actually. Warren Caesar in the chat. Hello, Warren. It is good to see you. Holly, we'll turn diamond on a cruise in 3 days. What's the best perk you get when turning diamond? Oh, this is an easy one, Holly. The 4 free drinks a day. You'll get it on your next cruise, obviously. But 4 complimentary alcoholic, if you'd like, drinks a day is an amazing, amazing benefit right there. Let's see. Hey, different Bob. But Bob, thank you for the super chat. After the back-to-back process, can I get off and on? Oh, here's the rest of the question. Can I get off the ship, go into town, and get back on without long embarkation line? Yeah, you can. Basically, obviously, you can leave the ship and leave. I mean, the problem is the turnaround time, Bob, is not usually great. I would tell you this. If you want to go into town, do not do the back-to-back process. Just, actually, is that true? How did that? Yeah, I did this once myself. I was in Miami. I had a meeting at headquarters, at Royal Caribbean headquarters. My family was on board. They did the back-to-back. I got off the ship like everybody else, went to my meeting and then came back, and you just do the check-in. I mean, remember, when it's a back-to-back cruise, the process is the same. Like, it doesn't matter. You couldn't get off the ship and then, do the check-in. Obviously, if you do the back-to-back process, you'll have a SeaPass card, and then you'd be able to bypass all that. You just, get back on the ship without having to check in again. But I would probably tell you to skip the back-to-back process and maximize your time on land. Unless, of course, you're just like, hey, Matt, I just want to get off the ship to, go to a local store and back on, and it's like back and forth in an hour at maximum. Then, yeah, that's totally fine right there. Good question. Mandingo Slots. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, Matt, currently on adventure this season. Any recommendations for Falmouth, Jamaica, arriving in the morning? Well, it might be too late for this one. I don't have any great recommendations for Falmouth. It's a really tough port to plan for. The one thing I would look at, if it's not sold out already, is a day pass to the Hilton Rose Hall. Go to resortforaday.com. Look at options over there. You'll need to arrange your own transportation, so either just hop in a taxi or whatever. But resortforaday.com is where I would go to. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Good luck. Let me know what happens tomorrow. Let's see here. Next question. Captain Bob coming in with his 18th super chat of the day. Thank you, Captain Bob. Appreciate you. So now that I'm Diamond, when I go on Allure in January, does that mean we get 4 free drinks per day? Yes, correct. You were 100%. Basically, to use it, Bob, you just I'll use my Cruise Globe card, which you can get by using special discount with RC Blog. Thank you, Emma, from Emma Cruises. Wait, let me get rid of Captain Bobby for a second. There you go. You just tell them when you're scanning your SeaPass card, hey, I want to use my Diamond drink, and that's all you got to do. Is December a good month for a Bahamas cruise? Heck, yes, it is. Absolutely. It can be pricey if you're going, obviously, over a holiday like Christmas or New Year's, but weather-wise, it's fantastic. What is my favorite thing to do in San Juan, Puerto Rico? I just love walking around San Juan, Katie. I never book a tour there. And granted, I've been there a bazillion times, so that's part of it. But honestly, I don't think you need a tour. Walk off the ship. You're right in Old San Juan. El Morro is a fabulous Spanish fort to explore. There's great dining, shopping in town. That's definitely the play right there. Let's see here. Josh, is that a sticker on your wall behind you, or is that done through YouTube? That's a real sticker. Actually, my neighbor Kenny spent like an hour putting that up on the wall over there. Well, I was like, that looks good, man. I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing. But yeah, it's a sticker. Right? It's not digital. Let's put it that way. Are you a fan of Crown's Edge? I have not done it yet, believe it or not. Yet. Next question is from Tim Still 25. Thank you for the super chat. 216 days till Star of the Seas. Go Bucks. Man, rooting for the Buccaneers in the post-Tom Brady era. That is a brave move, sir, but I salute you. Thank you for your generosity. I appreciate that. Yeah, Michelle, I think I prefer dinner at the Mason Jar as well. I don't have a problem with brunch. I just think I like the menu better. Have I been on Enchantment of the Seas? I have. I went on Enchantment of the Seas for the very first time this year. And you know what? It wasn't as bad as I expected. I really was like, oh, man, this is going to be, a bad. I heard so many bad things. And truly, it wasn't as bad as I was expecting, quite frankly. I was pleasantly surprised. But let me give you a link to a review I wrote. There's also a video I did here on the channel if you want to see it for yourself. But yeah, Tim, or not Tim, sorry, Joel or Joel. Hope that makes sense to you. Scott Steger. Scott, thanks for the super chat. 17 days till Serenade, and I scored the deluxe drink package for $39.99 a day. Holy smokes. That is amazing, Scott. That's an incredible price. You're doing a deadhead to Panama. Still no shows showing up in that. Correct. You're on Serenade of the Seas. You cannot and don't need to pre-book shows. That's why it's not in the app. But that's also why your drink package is $39.99, because you're on a repositioning cruise, and those are just less popular. Thus, that's why the drink pack and longer sailings. So that's why your drink package is as cheap as it. That's a crazy good deal right there. Yeah, maybe $1,400 for the bourbon. That's what I was thinking. $1,400, maybe Ryan Bean. Yeah, for sure. Rylan out says, I love the peanut butter and jelly stuffed French toast served with the brunch of the mason jar, the perfect tribute to Elvis. Yeah, I'm not it's not my favorite thing in there, but yeah, they have some good options in the brunch menu for sure. R. Crawford, first time cruiser on Freedom in 70 days. Are lobster nights in the main dining room still a thing? Yes, but only on cruises that have 2 formal nights. So you need to have a cruise that's like 6 nights or longer in order to have a second formal night and be in the Caribbean. So as long as you got those, I'm going to guess if you're on Freedom, it might not be 6 nights. Might be shorter than that. So you might, if that's the case, then you wouldn't have it in that situation. Let me get a drink of Wawa here. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. They're never going to do that, but thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see. Susan Westfall with the super chat. Thank you, Susan. Do you need to do the health survey and muster drill on the second half of the back-to-back? No, I never do it. Actually, that's a lie. The only reason I do it, you need to, I didn't read your question. Yes, you must do the muster drill. Yes. The health survey, no. But the muster drill, yes. Whew, that was close. I really should read these closer before I start answering them right there. Yeah. Don says, in some countries, they can arrest the ship for 1 marijuana cigarette on board. Yeah, I mean, it gets real in some places. Thunder Force 90, I just want to say thank you for all that you do here on YouTube. Your videos help me and my family so much. We were preparing for our recent Alaska sailing, and we're truly grateful. Well, you are very welcome. Thank you so much for the kind words right there. Love that. And we're flying in and out of Vancouver for an Alaska cruise, and everybody just for airport hotel near the port. And there is one hotel. There is one and only one hotel you should stay at. It's pricey, but it's worth it. In Vancouver, stay at the Pan Pacific Hotel. It's literally in the same building as the cruise terminal. And get this, Anne, if you stay there, the morning of your cruise, you call Bell Services, and they deliver your bags from your hotel room to the ship. That is worth the price right there. The Pan Pacific Hotel. It's in the same building as the Pan Pacific Cruise Terminal. So yeah, that's the only way to go right there. Amanda, best place to get breakfast in downtown Miami near the Intercontinental. Honestly, if it were me, I would Uber Eats it. That's what I do almost every time I'm in Miami. I Uber Eats it. My go-to spot for Miami, though, there is almost certainly a location. Hang on, let me check my Uber Eats. It's a little bit of a local chain, but they've got good great coffee and really good food as well. Hold on a second. I'm getting 8 pop-ups here for my it is my past orders. Whenever I'm in Miami for a meeting or a conference or something like that, I always go here. 1 second. I gotta scroll. Right. Past orders. I'm scrolling. Apologies for doing this on the air, but hey, Amanda, you gave me a super chat. I'm gonna look it up for you. It is not that. When was I there? Nothing like me scrolling through my Uber Eats orders to find it. Man, why can't I find this place? Wawa, no. The Wawa is pretty good too, but they don't have one in downtown Miami. Gosh, what is... No. Man, that's going to bother me. You know what? Amanda, send me an email, Matt, M-A-T-T, at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, and I'll look it up after the show and email it back to you. It's a great little coffee shop, and I love it. Oh, gosh, I can't find it. But yeah, send me an email and I'll find it for you. I just don't want to spend too much more time here just randomly searching on my phone for it. But honestly, whether you go there or not, I think Uber Eats is the play. That way you get so many more choices for where to get your breakfast from. And there's some decent bagel places down there. Let's see. Next question. Hold on a second. Okay, good. Tom Grantham, thank you for the super chat. What to do on Anthem when selling out of Sydney? The same thing you do on Anthem of the Seas anywhere else? I'm not sure I understand your question, Tom. Like, do you mean like something? What would be different about other than location? Like from the ship standpoint, I'm not sure what would be different, quite frankly. So I'm not sure I understand exactly what you mean by that. CMNYJ28, thank you for the super chat. When are the best discounts out there for the internet and drink packages? Independence Disease next August. Good question. It really does depend. And a lot of people will tell you, oh, wait for Black Friday. And listen, there may be a really good deal on Black Friday. But I would recommend for you to always, when it comes to anything pre-cruise like the internet or a drink package, book it ahead of time. Buy it now. Lock in the price. But if there is a better sale tomorrow, next week, Black Friday, you can always cancel and rebook. The reason why I'm telling you, though, to book it now is sometimes the price goes up. Royal Caribbean definitely plays a game with its sales where they're like, hey, everybody, it's 50% off. And then, like, you can tell that they just changed the beginning price. So the discount, while steeper, is actually the same price or worse. It's really about what the bottom line price is at the end of the day. So my advice is always book it early, lock in the price, and then reprice it later on if there is a better deal to follow. MW Cole 14, thank you for the super chat. Awarded Royal Up Guarantee Suite to Sky's Junior Suite. Minimum bid. Let's go. I love that. Fantastic. PSR Training agrees the Hilton Rose in Falmouth is really great. So there you go. There's somebody else who's been there more recently than I have and can back that up. We're leaving in 6 days. My husband doesn't drink. I tried to get a drink package, but it was denied. Is there anything else I can do? No. There's only two things you can do, really. One is to buy the drink package for your husband. He doesn't drink, but hey, maybe he'll make up for it in sodas or something like that. Because don't forget, the deluxe beverage package includes other drinks like mocktails, sodas, premium coffees, bottled water, juice. The other option is you skip the drink package, Allison, and you say, okay, no drink package for anybody. You pay for it as you go, and maybe you'll actually end up better that way. Maybe you'll, save some money. Maybe you'll drink on shore in one of the ports and save some money that way. Take advantage of the drink of the day, other drink specials on board. That could be an option. What is a repositioning cruise? A repositioning cruise is a sailing in which it begins at one port and ends at another. So, if, for example, a cruise that maybe when the ship needs to move from Florida to England to begin the European cruise season, like it does in April, they'll do a repositioning cruise. If the cruise begins in like Miami or something and sails to Southampton, England, make stops along the way, but the cruise ship doesn't come back to Miami. Does that make sense? So it's a one-way sailing. Is the Lincoln Park Supper Club good? Yep. Chicago GP, thank you for the super chat. Alaska cruise question with kids. On average, is it too cold to use a Splashway Bay in late June? It really depends. I wish my friend MJ was in the chat because he does a lot of work or Bonnie. They do a lot of work up in Alaska. Some days it's like 75 and sunny in Alaska, and some days it's 45. And the fact it's June, you can't make generalizations about it because the weather in Alaska can change hourly. Can it possibly be warm enough? Yes, but it's kind of a hit or miss kind of situation right there. Let me get a drink of water here. Cheers, Mark McChain. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Tommy coming with a super chat, my dude. Thank you. Club member for 24 months. Let's go right there. Where is a good place to stay in San Juan, Puerto Rico when leaving on a cruise? I'll put my money where my mouth is on this one, Tommy, because I just booked it myself for the Brilliance Group cruise we got coming up. They changed names. It used to be the Sheraton Old San Juan. Now it's the Rambo, spelled weird. Sorry, that's definitely not it. I almost sent you to Bangladesh. It is Rumbao, Rumbao. It's actually a Marriott resort now, like family. But Hotel Rumbao is where I'm staying. So I hope it's good. but it used to be the Hilton. It used to be the Sheraton, excuse me, and it was always a decent stay right there. William Mom, thank you for the super chat. Long time, no chat. Welcome back, my friend. It's good to see you. 34 Days to Harmony of the Seas. Love that. Fantastic. Embarkation, chops or windjammer? You know, if you're looking for something more relaxed, a lot of people like the chops for Embarkation Day. So I say, you know what? Yeah, go for it. Yeah, that's how you spell that hotel that I couldn't pronounce. Rumbau. Barbara wants to know why Icon is your favorite ship. It was the original game changer for the Icon class. And so for that reason, it kind of just sticks out a little bit more. I like things on Star, don't get me wrong. More than Icon, I should say. But they're so similar, you know, Icon and Star. So that's kind of why. So I feel like they're really, it's like a 1 and 1A right there. Let's see here. Lucas, first cruise ever this Friday, not on a Royal Caribbean. Shame on me, I know. Your newbie tip videos have been so helpful. You are very welcome. Hopefully we'll get you on a Royal Caribbean ship though, Lucas. That'd be great. We got an easy question here from Jose. How does the Ultimate Dining package work? It lets me Ultimate Dining. Boy, I am not very good at the reading comprehension today. And I promise you all, this is indeed water, not what you think. The Ultimate Dining package. It lets me book Chef's Table dinner, but it says it has a surcharge. I'll have to pay it once. Yeah. So with the dining package, correct. You'll pay the difference when you get there. When you book the dining package, nowadays, thank God, you can make reservations ahead of time, right? So when you go to book it, you'll pick the restaurant, the day, and you go through and book them all. If there's a restaurant, though, Jose, like Chef's Table or Izumi Hibachi, they have a surcharge. They'll charge you that surcharge when you go to the restaurant. Hey, Dennis, is there such a thing as lunch-only dining package? No. Someone on my last cruise mentioned it. It doesn't exist. I promise you they don't know what they're talking about, or I don't know what they're talking about, but that's not a thing. Let's see. Next question. Hey, Matthew, we got a couple super chats here. Matthew Bradford, thank you for the super chat again. Are you a fan of WoW bands? Yeah, you know, I really am. Well, especially when my kids were younger, I loved having it just to be able to I always kept everybody's CPass cards in my hand. So it was much more convenient to be able to just go back to my room and really just to open and close your room. It's almost worth it for that. When you're at the pool, when you're at the gym, not having to bring your CPass card is so helpful. So for those reasons, yeah. Plus you can reuse them. Remember, you buy one and then you use them, you know, indefinitely. They'll reprogram them on future sailings. Christopher Biona, man, are you late or just haven't seen your messages up till now? Thank you for the super chat. Do you plan cruises hour by hour or just wing it? Oh, I do not plan cruises hour by hour. I definitely am the wing it crew. Yeah, no, I don't. Hour by hour is the only thing I plan, you know, in terms of I'll plan obviously dining. I'll plan shore excursions, which reminds me I need to plan some for the Oasis group cruise. I'll plan shows, you know, entertainment. But beyond that, no. The rest of the day is whatever I feel like. Yeah, flying by the seat of my pants right there. So yeah. Ethan Ballum. What's up, Ethan? Do you think a Discovery class ship would go out of San Juan and other Southern Caribbean ports? I have no idea, man. I don't know what size it is. I don't know how big it is. I don't know where it can fit or can't fit. I would think, though, being a new ship, they'll put it in a different port. I think new ships, even it's going to be in like Miami or something to start with. New ships are always going to start in like a big market city. They're not going to start in San Juan, which is not a big market, but it's not there. It's more of a secondary market in that regard. So relatively speaking, don't take that as an insult. Just stating facts here about where there's more ships and more demand for them. So next question. Do you have a video on recommendations of what to buy and avoid hidden fees once you're on board? Yes. Where is it though? I can quickly try to find. I know we've done a video on this before, but it's a matter of what to buy. I'll try one more thing and then I'm going to give up on. And we have so many videos, it's hard to know. Oh, here you go. How about this video? Actually, this one's even newer. Copy, save, go. Here's the video. Check it out after. We still got another 15 minutes in here, so no worries. Shakita, thank you for the super chat. Very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. Do you know if the WhatsApp works on cruises without Royal Caribbean's Wi-Fi package? No. So if you don't have an internet package, it will not work. There is a bit of a workaround. Not a workaround. There's a bit of it's kind of a hack. So if you have an iPhone, Shakita, and you don't have an internet package, but you're connected to the Wi-Fi, just use the Royal Caribbean app. Push notifications usually still come through. But it's very hit or miss. And obviously you won't be able to respond to them, but you'd be able to see them. So no. Yeah. If you want to be able to message, though, don't forget you can use the Royal Caribbean chat feature for free without an internet package. When you sign on to the Wi-Fi, it'll ask you, do you have an internet package or are you using just the app? And you'll say just the app. And then the chat feature within the Royal Caribbean app will work for anybody on board. So there you go. Josh, how's the parking in LA? I've never parked there. I've always just taken Uber or something because I don't live there. But I've not heard any horror stories about it. There's a fairly large parking lot there. So I don't think it's a problem. Thanks for all you do. We love your podcast and all that you do. Thank you, Joshua. Appreciate you. Let's see. Andy, is 4 hours enough to tour San Juan? My itinerary got updated from Falmouth and Labadee. Is it enough time? No, but it's enough time to get off the ship, go see El Morro, grab something to eat, and come on back. So it's enough to get a glimpse, a taste of what's there, both literally and figuratively. But you're obviously going to need to hustle, and you're going to need to be off the ship pretty early. But yeah, you can do that. It's not. I would say it's worthwhile, especially if you've never been there before. What's on top of the upcoming podcast? I have an interesting interview coming up at the end of the month. So it'll be probably the first week of October. But more information on that as we get closer, and we actually record it. So yeah. What is the best airport to fly into when cruising for Port Canaveral? I think Orlando. There are closer airports like Melbourne. But the problem is, other of those regional airports is, number one, good luck finding a direct flight there. Number two, even if you do get a flight, like I think you can fly like Delta from Atlanta. The problem is there's only like 1 or 2 flights a day. So if that flight gets canceled, you're out of luck. Orlando is a big airport, lots of flights. I feel like it's just the easy play right there. Let me get a drink of water here. Johnny, what's stopping one person to buy an expensive suite and like 4 other people buying cheap interior rooms and then all just going to the expensive suite? Absolutely nothing. The only thing is, keep in mind, Johnny, number one, I doubt this saves you any money. Even if it does. Number two, the suite benefits would only be for one person. So like using the room, there's nothing stopping them. There's no one cares where you go or sleep in terms of your room. But for like the suite benefits, Johnny, like being access to the suite lounge, and the concierge and all that, that would not, Coastal Kitchen, that would not be included for those other people in the cheap room. So hope that makes sense there. What's your input on Enchantment of the Seas? It's a classic old cruise ship. Small, it's old, but it gets the job done, and it's probably extremely cheap. And if you go in with the right expectations, I think it's not bad at all. La Floating Adventures, good to see you. Thank you for the super chat. Late to the chat, but hey. See you next Monday on the President's Cruise. Can we toast a peanut butter and jelly old fashioned? Heck yeah. I mean, if Kyle's still in the chat, he's probably laughing right now. Be like, Matt, asking Matt to have a drink in the mason jar? Yeah, that's not a problem at all. And you would be correct on that one. Yeah, absolutely. Please. And make sure you definitely introduce yourself as La Floating Adventure. If you say, hey, my name is, Joe, I'll be like, okay, nice to meet you, Joe. But yeah, looking forward to it. I can't wait, dude. 1 more week. Oh, so excited. Yeah, the iMessage thing does work, Alan. It's a bit of a hack, and there's no guarantee. It's not a feature. Like, it's an unintentional feature. Like, Royal Caribbean doesn't advertise it as being a feature. So if it works, I remember there was Kenny who's in our chat. Kenny, didn't it like work on like one cruise we were on, like for some of the sailing, but not the whole sailing or something like that? It's more hit or miss, but yes, that is true also as well. Willie Van Legend. Yes, I'm on the first sailing of Legend in Europe, August 2nd, and the first sailing of Legend in the United States, when she gets to Fort Lauderdale in November. So yeah, absolutely. Tom Grantham. Tom, thanks for the super chat. Is it a good idea to buy your Steward chocolates at the start of the cruise. It's not a bad idea. Two things, though. One, I don't think it's a bad idea. It's a nice gesture. Certainly, they'll probably remember your name a lot faster. But I just hope this is not in lieu of a gratuity. Like, I like chocolates. I'm sure they love chocolates, but cash really does make a difference for them, like in their everyday life and whatnot. So, totally fine if you want to bring one as like a gift, as like, hey, appreciate what you're doing, but don't use it as a replacement for gratuities. As long as you're okay with that, I think that's totally fine. So, yeah. And it's a nice way to endear yourself to them for sure. How long do you think is the perfect? How long do you think is perfect for a cruise? That's a great question. I think like 8 or 9 days is really the sweet spot. Like 7 is great. I love 7-night cruises, but I've always like saying, man, one more day, right? So I feel like 8 or 9 is really a great amount of time. It's long enough to really get the sense of the ship, probably do everything you wanted to do, and that extra day or two really does make a difference right there. How's parking in Tampa? The best. It's parking in Tampa is the easiest of them all. They have valet parking, which I take advantage of every single time. I love it. Fantastic. Let's see here. J and K. Going on Icon, November 8th. Any tips for me to stay active? Sure. I mean, obviously they have a gym. I think you know that. Fitness center. Take the stairs. That's one of the best tips out there. Just avoid the elevator. Take the stairs. That'll get your blood going and your body moving. The less you can use the stairs, the better right there. So, yeah, absolutely. Arizona Fig Farm. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, Matt, going on start next month in early October. 2 questions. Will they have any Halloween decorations or Halloween activities? No. Unless your cruise actually goes over Halloween, it won't. Am I able to book any of the shows before getting on the ship? Yes. You have to keep an eye out for it. You say, okay, Matt, when will that be available? I have no idea. Because when it comes to ships in general, it's always like around 30 days. But with new ships like Star, it's be closer to your sail day. You really got to keep an eye on it. Like it'll just appear one day. It's very, very strange in that regard. It's not consistent yet. As the ship develops and it's in service, it'll eventually get to more consistent timing. But for right now, it's kind of like, as you can see, all over the place. Hey, KJ, have you watched Brian James' new travel adventures? I have. I mean, met him on board Star when he was on there for his first sailing. But I always love everything that he does right there. Let's see here. For a second. What? Seriously, Tony, when was the first time I ever met you? Like, what's sailing with? I don't remember. It's a great. I'd have to think about that one. Hey, Bill, there's no such thing as a perfect job, but yours is pretty darn close. You're my hero. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. Thank you. When are the ships decorated for Christmas? Usually right after Thanksgiving. I remember being on Thanksgiving cruises when the Christmas tree gets put up, but usually right after Thanksgiving, they'll put the decorations up. We have time for a couple more questions, guys. I'm going to head on out of here. So if you have a question that I haven't answered yet, I don't know why my name is on the chat here, or you'd like me to answer a question. What? Where's the option to get rid of my name on here? It used to be right here. No. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that, but okay, well, it's gonna stay up there, I guess. Let's see here. Captain Bob coming with another super chat. Thank you, Captain Bob. Did you do the Royal Railway? If you did, wait. Did you do Royal Railway? If you didn't, did you like it? Yes, I liked it. I've done it like 3 or 4 times, and I'm doing the on Utopia next week. I am doing the whiskey tasting. So if anyone in the chat is doing the whiskey tasting, already has a book on Utopia of the Seas, and needs a friend, I need a friend. I would love to be able to join you for it. I forgot what day I'm booked it on. I think Nassau Day. Anyway, I thought it was so for the price they charge. I loved it though, Captain Bob. The reason why I liked it was I thought it's something completely different. I think the food is really good, actually. I enjoy it. I think the kids' dessert is fantastic. The fart and dart beans were great. The empanadas were wonderful. And the short rib was really good as well. And it's a story. It's fun. It's lighthearted. I like that. And Captain Bob coming with this another super. Wait, that one? No, it wasn't. You didn't. That was the same super chat I was reading yesterday. We're good. Everything there. What should I do on Icon? Oh my goodness. See the shows, try activities, eat. There's so many. Aquadome Market. See the shows on board. I mean, we could spend a whole hour here talking about that. It's so good. Do you think there's anything they can improve on Star? Sure. They got to get rid. I mean, they'll never do it. But the storage, I think there is not enough storage space in the cabins on Star. It's the same for Icon. They have those dumb baskets, which are, I don't know why they did them. I don't think they work very well. They're loud. They're annoying. Nobody wants to see what's in there. Drawers are fine, and they need more. They need to add cabinets or more storage above the bed, like they do on the Quantum and the Oasis class ships. I wish there was just a little more storage space right there. Beyond that, is there anything else they can improve? I mean, certainly, I'm of the opinion there's always room for improvement. But I'm trying to think of what. I'm sure there was one thing, but I've been off the ship so long, can't remember what it is. I mean, I think the entertainment schedule needs to be reworked. The pub and the schooner bar, or the Boleros, should never end before 10 o'clock. The last performance should not be before 10 o'clock, and there are some nights where they do that. Am I ever planning on doing a transatlantic? Remember, it's all in the name of research. Probably when my kids are out of school and my wife can join me for sailing that long. Yes. Live chat from Utopia next week. Yes. Let me ask you a question. There's a lot of difference between Wonder and Star. Yes. They're different classes of ships, Jesus. So they're not one's an Oasis class ship, Wonder, and Star is an Icon class ship. So the layout, even though they're both big ships, the shows, a lot of the dining, yeah, for sure. Oh, was it the meetup in Casino in Connecticut? Really, Tony? That was the first time I met you? I mean, I remember that day in Mohegan. I just don't remember that was the first time, but there you go. Awesome. Jeff, going on Oasis next May. My youngest will be 10, but the escape minimum is 12. Will they allow her to? No, unfortunately not. Lando Calrissian. How are you, my friend? The MVP of the quest. Thank you for the super chat. 147 days to Utopia. Sailing with an 8-9-year-old. What should I prioritize once on board to keep the grandkids happy? Ice cream. Just keep bringing them to Sprinkles ice cream. Is there a thing to drop them at Kids Club after dinner to hang out? Yes. What time do they close? I'm going to give you an article, some homework, my friend, for you to read. But this article I put blood, sweat, and tears into. I think it's the best article we got about the Kids Club and how it all works. It's not only available for after dinner, Lando. It's available during the daytime as well. So, wait, that was the wrong place. Here's the article all about the Kids Club on board. Check out that article right there. But I think, keep the grandkids happy. I mean, I've seen Utopia. So you got a lot of activities. You've got the Wonder Playscape, which is near the Flow Rider. You've got Splashaway Bay. You've got ice cream at Sprinkles. Like, it kind of depends on their vibe and what they want to do. You have, of course, Adventure Ocean, which you already alluded to. There's a parade on board. There's karaoke. Kind of depends what they're into, quite frankly. But the Kids Club, they close technically at 10, but they stay open till like 1 or 2 a.m. After 10 o'clock, there's an hourly charge. But before 10 o'clock, it's free. So there you go. Oh, yeah. What is my email? Probably helpful if I tell you all my email. Matt@RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Matt, M-A-T-T, @RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Sorry about that. Probably, I totally blanked on actually telling you my email address. But yeah, there you go. How many cruises have you gone on? I'm up to almost 100 with Royal Caribbean. I could check it real quick what I'm up to. Standby to standby, as Cook and Yo says. It's really close. I don't know where I'm at right now, especially those star sailings. It might be like 90 past cruises. 98. So I'm going on my 99th cruise, but there's room for 100. Any volunteers? Coming up on next week. Anyway, 98 cruises with Royal Caribbean. I think that's true. That might not actually be accurate because I don't know if it counts. I have to check. Sometimes it counts canceled cruises in here. Anyway, it's almost 100. Almost 100. Kelly, besides the transatlantic, do you think Icon Couches will do longer sailings than 7 and 8 cruises? Probably not. The Oasis class really don't do them. So that's probably the same reason I would imagine. No, I think it's just marketing. They just see where the demand is and lean into that more than anything. It's not that there aren't people that wouldn't want to do it, but yeah. All right, we got time. Oh, we're at our time right here, and Kenny's writing his overtime, or he's coughing, one of the two. The whiskey. I knew it sold out. I was hoping maybe someone was already booked on it and would be able to join me for it, but womp womp. David, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Hoping to meet you on the President's Cruise. Also hoping entertainment is better than what has been announced. You don't like Run DMC? I mean, they're not my cup of tea. I don't love Run DMC to begin with. But I mean, they were cool. I saw them on Utopia when they, during the naming ceremony, they did a really cool set there. But it's fun. A cruise is what you make of it, David. A cruise is what you make of it. Always remember that. Robbie, you should do something special for your 100th sailing. Well, as it stands, it'll be the Royal Caribbean Blog group cruise on Oasis of the Seas. So, wish granted. I'm doing something special right there. Love it. I'll be cruising with Jeff Burns. What's more special than cruising with Jeff Burns, I ask? Oh, goodness. All right, last question of the day is from Kelly. My daughter's 23 and 19, booked a room. What if the 23-year-old does a no-show? Will the 19-year-old be able to cruise by herself? That's a great question. I don't know. Yeah, Tony, the group cruise is 100. I really don't know. They might not, because I think they need to have somebody, even on paper, who's there as an adult. I don't know the answer to that one. And I would be foolish of me to give you an answer because I don't know the answer. So I apologize. All right, guys. On that note, we're gonna head on out here. I want to say a big thank you to our amazing super chatters tonight. Guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna say thank you to everybody. David P, Lando, Captain Bob Dickens, Captain Bob, like 17 thank yous. Arizona Fig Farm, thank you. Tom, thank you. Loft Loading Adventures, Shakita, thank you. Chris Biona, thank you. Matthew Bradford, thank you. William Mom, thank you. Tommy, thank you. Chicago GP, thank you. MW Cole, thank you. CMNY, thank you. Tom Grantham, thank you. Amanda Hackett, thank you. Susan Westfall, thank you. Scott Stigger, thank you. Tim Still, thank you. Christelle, thank you. Mandigo, thank you. Bob, not Captain Bob, just Bob, thank you. Amanda Hackett, thank you again. Ann Whipple, thank you. Matthew Branford, thank you again. Ron Ladowski, thank you. David Brosser, thank you. Gary Gorgon, thank you. Tony Crawford, thank you. Jay Osteen, thank you. Wisconsin Jason, thank you. Cruising Chris M, thank you. Tide Fan, thank you. Cowboy Valley, thank you. Chris Stell, thank you again. Karen Carr, thank you. Edvira, thank you. Chicago GP, thank you. Karen again, thank you. Austin Bounce House, thank you. M&B McBride, thank you. Chris Berge Burloff, thank you. Sphere, thank you. James Bushik, thank you. Captain Bob Dickens, thank you 17 times. You guys are amazing. Thank you to all our chatters in here. Thank you to our moderators. Thank you to all our friends for joining us here. And Luke, of course, for joining us here on this live broadcast. We will be live next week on board Utopia of the Seas. Come join us for that. Can't wait. Until then, have a wonderful week out there. Stay safe. Do something fun. And we'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. Good night, Samantha. Bye, everyone.